James Carter TV here for yet another one of my Combine Day recaps. Today, the defensive linemen and the linebackers went at it, and this is probably the best position groups that we're going to see this weekend. The wide receivers were disappointing, the quarterbacks were disappointing, the running backs were okay. This is the best group, specifically the defensive linemen. I mean, we're talking about the most stacked position in this 2016 NFL draft. I mean, there's probably going to be about 10 that go in the first round, and maybe more deserve to go in the first round, but won't because other teams will be looking for offensive tackles and quarterbacks and whatnot. But there's a lot of types of defensive linemen in this draft, so let's start with them today. And not many losers today. There were a lot of losers yesterday, and I talked about that in my video yesterday, but today, not a lot of losers, as there were a lot of defensive linemen that came out and participated well today, did well in the drills, and a linebacker that really caught my eye, and I'll have a scouting report coming out on him, but I'll get into that later on in the video. So, let's start with the defensive lineman. Now, I gotta defend my boy. Joey Bosa was getting a lot of flack and hate today. If you've been paying attention to the Combine at all, watching the clips, watching the live coverage, what have you, you know that they've added in Ike Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew to the NFL Network cast, and they love to add their personal anecdotes, and they're funny, and they're black, and it's so fun and whatnot. And usually they're fine. Like, I can stand them. Today I couldn't. Shut up. You guys don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Joey Bosa. Maurice Jones-Drew was like, oh, well, you see, he doesn't, where's he gonna fit? I wouldn't take him in the top 10. But then with Sheldon Day, he says, I love Sheldon Day. Sheldon Day's a top 10 pick. I mean, why are we having these clowns? They're just a couple of clowns. They really don't know what they're talking about. Put up the tape. Joey Bosa's a top 5 pick. He's the best player in this draft to me. Now that's debatable. You can debate that. But whether or not he's top 5, yeah, this cannot be debated. Why are people forgetting about that? Oh, Joey Bosa only had 5 sacks this season. Hello, he led college football in pressures. Okay? Now the sacks versus the pressures is because, well, quarterbacks know they have to get rid of the ball whenever they see Joey Bosa coming that way because of the double teams that he had coming after him. Just look at pressures. A lot of people underrate this. Hey, sometimes sacks is a very lucky number in terms of how many sacks you get, but in terms of getting pressures, getting quarterback hits, that can be just as valuable because either way, the quarterback has to hurry, rush the throw, maybe get intercepted, and what have you. Look at the pressures Joey Bosa caused in 2015. This is a guy that consistently gave other teams hell. I mean, absolute hell trying to scheme and plan for this guy. And today, he put up very good numbers. I mean, we're talking about a 4.86 40. Just 2 shades off of what J.J. Watt put up. J.J. Watt had a 4.84 40. Now, some people, I guess you were expecting Joey Bosa to put up a 4.6. He's not Jadeveon Clowney. No one ever said he's Jadeveon Clowney. But he's very good at what he does. He's a powerful, strong defensive lineman that can anchor the left side of your defensive line. That's what he can do, and he can get after the passer. Get after the passer. He can get 10 sacks. Is he going to get 15? Probably not. But if you're talking about a guy that can give me 10, that can be dominant against the run, that can be, basically play the job of a lot of defensive linemen in the league, but even better, I'm interested in this guy. And you don't have to take a guy saying, oh, is he going to give me 20 sacks? Oh, he's not. Okay, forget this guy. He plays a valuable role in your defense. This is a guy at a 10 feet broad jump today that, blew out everybody. Had a 3-cone of 6.89 that blew out everybody. Not one player came close to getting a 6.89 except for Shalik Calhoun, who came in at 251 pounds. So when you're talking about shiftiness and can he play outside linebacker, the 3-cone drill is a great indication of this. Put up a 3.89, blew out everybody except for, who is that? James Cowser out of Southern Utah. That's it. Besides that, everyone else were in a force. The 3 cones were pretty much everywhere. 7.5, 7.9, 8.0, some guys. A brilliant 3-cone drill You could see today Joey Bosa had a nice vertical jump of 32 inches, a great broad jump, as I said, benched well, long arms, strong arms. Look at him today. His physique, he looks good. 269, has a good muscle to fat, body fat ratio, no bigger than 12% to me. We're looking at a guy, I can't believe people are starting to be down on this guy. He's easily a top 5 player in this draft. He's going to fall to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to take him, hopefully. If not, the Ravens, Ozzie Newsome, will be smart enough to take him. And we're going to look back and we're going to say, how did we mess up on this guy? Because we love to think, look at Jadeveon Clowney and look at his potential. Joey Bosa gives you stuff now, and he's only 20 years old. But anyway, this isn't all about Joey Bosa. So, I don't know why he's getting so much hate today. I found that very frustrating. Now let's talk about the other defensive linemen. I liked Andrew Billings today. This is a guy that could be a nose tackle at the NFL. He ran a 5.05 40, had a nice broad jump, so you see good athleticism here. Not a high vertical, but that's fine. But I liked him in drills. I thought he was good in drills. Very powerful, very strong. I think I like him a lot more. I liked him pretty good before, but I like him a lot more now. DeForest Buckner. This is a guy I'm starting to look at, and I'm not sure I love this guy as much as a lot of people do in terms of... Now, he's going to play inside of a defensive line, either 3-4 defensive end or probably 4-3 defensive tackle. Some people want to think he can play 4-3 defensive end. I say forget it, because he just doesn't have anywhere near the explosiveness. I mean, people are talking crap about Joey Bosa. Are you kidding me? Look at DeForest Buckner. You want to see someone who is not explosive? You want to see someone that's not even close to being as explosive or as strong as Joey Bosa? Look at DeForest freaking Buckner, who's not nearly as athletic, not nearly as strong, as he didn't even participate in the bench. He didn't even participate in the bench press because he knows he's not strong. So why are we talking about DeForest Buckner when Joey Bosa is faster, stronger, produces more? I don't know. DeForest Buckner, I'm not in love with this guy. I need to look at the film more. But he looks like a Rick Armstead. He looks like a nice guy, but is he going to be Calais Campbell? I'm not sure of that. Shalik Calhoun, he did pretty well. I mean, I guess. He's a 251. So being a 251, only having a 40 or 4.8, if he goes to 4.3, he's going to need to put on another 10 pounds. This 40 is going to go to 4.9. I'm not sure how good that's going to be at the next level. He looks like more and more like an outside linebacker every day in a 3-4, and not a very good one at that. Kenny Clark, I liked a lot today. Very athletic, very mobile for being as big as he is, and put up 29 reps of the bench press as well, so you know he's strong as well, can really anchor the inside of your defense. Kamela Correa, out of, where is he? Boise State. Wow, this guy impressed me. Looked like a very good prototypical 3-4 outside linebacker, pass rusher, guy that's very fluid, can do some things in coverage for you. He absolutely dominated the drill, the coverage drill during this combine period today. Absolutely impressed by Kamela Correa, as were the commentators as well. He was definitely someone to look out for today. We're in a 4.69 40 officially. Had a nice 10-yard split of 1.63 for that 40. Nice vertical jump of 33. The bench press was good enough. I like this guy, short arms, but in terms of being an outside linebacker, a rusher, he looked like kind of like a Shane Ray. Now, I need to look at the film. I haven't looked at any film with this guy, but that's just kind of what he looked like. All right, so Sheldon Day, Maurice Jones-Drew loves him. I don't know why. I don't see anything great from Sheldon Day. He looks like he has the athleticism of a nose tackle, but the body of a 3-4 defensive end. He's short. I think he's not small, but he's definitely short for the position. And I'm not in love with Sheldon Day. He doesn't look like an Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald ran a 4.64. Sheldon Day ran a 5. Ran a 5.08. So we're talking about a less athletic Aaron Donald. He's short like Aaron Donald, but nowhere near as athletic. Why are we talking about Sheldon Day? Kevin Dodd, I think he did a nice job today. Did not participate in the 3-cone. I think he actually got injured during his 40. That may have been what happened actually with Kevin Dodd. So I will forgive him for that. Shaq Lawson. looked really good today. He looked very versatile today. Looks like he could fit in either a 4-3 or a 3-4. One of the actually versatile guys in this draft. I'm seeing more and more with guys, I'm just pigeonholing them to 3-4 or 4-3. Shaq Lawson is a guy that definitely appears to have that versatility. He can play 3-4 outside linebacker. He proved it today. Nice 40 time, nice fluidity of the hips. You can see definitely the potential for him to play 3-4 outside linebacker if he's called upon. So if I'm the Chicago Bears and I'm sitting at number 11, I want another pass rusher, I'm looking deep and hard at Shaq Lawson. And some people thought Noah Spence could be there. He'll be there. But now I think Shaq Lawson might have surpassed Noah Spence after today. Now Noah Spence also got a little bit of flack. I think a little bit too much. I thought he was fine. I wasn't expecting him to be a workout warrior like some of you were. He wearing what, a 4.80 flat. I mean, I don't think this is bad at all. I mean, he had a 10 feet 1 inch broad jump. That's pretty impressive for being 251 pounds. 33-inch arms, 25 reps on the bench press, 35-inch vertical. I think he did pretty good. I think this is one of the best verticals today. One of the best broad jumps today. Well, the 40 wasn't a 4.7. Who cares? He's a damn defensive end. He's not going to go running after Chris Johnson or, I don't know, Le'Veon Bell. That's not his job. I think Noah Spence is just fine, but I do think Shaq Lawson beat him today. Anyone else that interests me? Adolphus Washington looked fat. He looked slow. He looks small. He only had 21 reps on the bench press, so he's not even that strong. He's not even that quick. His broad jump was 8 feet and 3 inches. Bad day for Adolphus Washington. I think he may have ended up in day 3 now. He's on a defensive line with Joey Bosa, and now you're gonna say, well, what did you do? Because obviously you're not doing anything here. You're 301 pounds, and you have the athleticism of 340-pound man. This is bad. Adolphus Washington, you have some stuff to work on before your pro day. Well, I liked Carl Nassib today. Ran a 4.84. 34-inch arms. Bench press is a little low, but I can deal with it. He could be a nice little supplemental pass rusher for a defensive line. I mean, even he can do stuff against the run as well. But I do believe that he won't be able to get a starting role, but can definitely be a nice role player. Sean Oakman, this is a guy that everyone looks at and they say, wow, look at this guy. Didn't run very well, but long arms. I mean, 35 inch arms, 3/4 inch added on to that, so almost 36-inch arms here for Sean Oakman. His bench press was pretty good as well. 10 feet 3-inch broad jump today. So a little small in the 40, a little slow in the 40, but it showed some nice athleticism elsewhere, nice vertical. So teams are still going to like this guy. I see him being gone by round 4 at the worst. What will he do in the NFL? I don't know, but he did enough today. Robert Nkemdiche, who came in with under a lot of, duress about him being, a knucklehead, and I think he proved that. I mean, his combine press conference was absolutely awful. I mean, this guy was, I don't know, he just did not rub me well at all. He talked about how Laramie Tunsil was in the room with him. I know he's being honest, but he talked about how Laramie Tunsil was in the room with him when he was, jumping off of the damn roof. So wherever he was jumping off or whatever he was doing, I mean, he's throwing his teammate under the bus. He just doesn't seem like he has it all upstairs. Now, can he do well? Despite that, sure. But, man, I don't trust this guy. Just go watch the press conference. But he did fine, 4.8 something. And people love Joey Bosa, but, people hate Joey Bosa, but then love this guy. I don't know. 4.87. I'm speaking to Maurice Jones-Drew again. 4.87, 33-inch arms. Nice, respectable numbers here. The play, I don't think his play is very good. I'm going to come out with a scouting report on him soon. I just don't think he plays very well at all. But if he can go to some place like Seattle, go to some place like Green Bay that can fix him up, work him up, I do think he could be a nice contributor. But if he goes to a bad team, I think you're going to be in trouble because I don't think he's going to be able to save himself at all. There are some weird guys out here. I don't know why some of these guys were cast as defensive linemen, like Alex McAllister. This guy looks like a wide receiver. Go, did you see this guy? This guy, Alex McAllister. Who is this guy? I need to look at this guy just to laugh at him. He's 6'6", Alex McAllister. He came in at 239 pounds, and he's with the defensive lineman. I'm like, wait, who? What is this guy doing here? He looks like, I don't know, Tommy Streeter, Dorial Green Beckham, like this just tall, lanky, I mean, maybe not lanky, but definitely not full-out defensive lineman. I don't know where this guy was. He lost. Came in, ran a 4.80 40. I don't know who this guy is. Did jump 10 feet, 8 inches on the broad jump. So that was interesting, but who are you? Who invited you here? I don't know who this guy was. Daddy Nicholas came in as a defensive lineman as well. 6'2", 235. I don't know why they're ranking some of these guys as defensive linemen. I don't know why they came into here as defensive linemen and what have you, but this is the case. So that was just something weird I saw today. Wow, a lot of defensive linemen I still haven't even talked about here. Jerron Reed. I thought he was... I want him to play nose tackle. He only came in at 307 pounds. He's 6'3", 5'2", 140. So if you add more weight on that frame, it's just going to get slower. But he did have a nice broad jump at 9 feet 8 inches. It's tough. I don't know what role he's going to play at the next level. I mean, I guess it'll be a three technique. I guess that's his only role that he can play for you. I mean, if you're running a 4-3, actually, yeah, 4-3, yeah, you could really find a role for this guy. But, man, I wasn't really impressed with him today. I don't know where Jonathan Allen was, by the way. Maybe you can comment on below. I think he was injured. Sean Robinson, 5'2". I know the same story there. I thought he looked unimpressive. I mean, 8 feet 10 inches on the broad jump, long arms. Bench press was a little mediocre. I wasn't in love with Sean Robinson. I haven't been in love with the tape either, so that was concerning to see for me. Oh, Emmanuel Ogba came in, did really well today. It looked to have another one of those guys that's versatile, like Shaq Lawson. So showed the versatility to be a 4-3 defensive end or a 3-4 outside linebacker. And this is a guy that's been sliding down. He looked to be a top 10 pick. If you looked at mock drafts in November or October, has been going down, down, down. He did well today. He weighted well at 273 pounds, ran really well at 4.6340, 1.59 10-yard split, a 35.5-inch vertical, 10 feet broad jump. Nice numbers here for Emmanuel Ogba, who I think has once again solidified himself as a first rounder in 35-inch arms as well. So once again solidified himself as his first rounder. Go look at the tape. He does make plays. So, you know, it'll be nice to see him go back up there because I think he deserves it. People have been giving him a lot of flack lately. Have I talked about all these guys? I mean, I've talked about the important ones, I guess. You know, anyone else, just comment down below. Maybe I'll reply if I have time. Oh, Jonathan Bullard. I guess I'll talk about him. He was one of the better guys, I guess, for the most part. He measured in at 285 pounds, 4'9", 340. 1.66 10-yard split. That's good. That's a good 10-yard split, actually. So I guess he just doesn't have long speed, but that's fine. 9 feet broad jump, 33-inch arms. Yeah, that's a nice day for Jonathan Bullard. I think he's maintained his first to second round status. And with that said, let's finally move on to the linebackers. Wow, this is going to be a long video. All right, so Darren Lee. This guy is absolutely amazing. 4.47 40. That is faster than almost all the receivers yesterday. And we're talking about how fast Braxton Miller is. He's faster, and he's a damn linebacker. And what is he right now? Darren Lee is sitting at 232. Okay, so a little small. I mean, he's going to need to put on maybe like 5 more pounds, but you want him to put him at 4'3" weak side linebacker or a 3'4" weak inside linebacker. So, I mean, I guess the weight might be fine here. Is he 6'2" or 6'1"? He's 6'1", But again, this is just an impressive 40. A 1.55 10-yard split, 35.5-inch vertical, and wow, what a broad jump. 11 feet, 1-inch broad jump. I mean, go look at the video of this guy. NFL.com has a slow motion Instagram video of Darren Lee jumping out of the roof. I mean, this guy, or I guess jumping, whatever you want to, the knowledge you want to use. This guy jumped so far, looked like damn Bugs Bunny out there. I mean, an absolute impressive broad jump there. I mean, just raw athleticism. Arms aren't that long. In the drills he looked good. I think he dropped actually a pass, but for the most part I was impressed with Darren Lee, especially with the fluidity of the hips though in the drills. No, his arms are pretty good actually. They're 33 inches. Okay, that's good. So I was really impressed with Darren Lee today. And even Darren Lee, I mean, look at this. You know, we're talking about how fast Darren Lee is. We're talking about how impressive Darren Lee is. He ran a 7.123 cone. And yet, why are we talking about Joey Bosa, who, hello, he ran a better 3-cone than Darren Lee? I mean, I think he ran a better 3-cone than Derrick Henry. I mean, why are we talking about Joey Bosa? I don't know. So, other guys, Leonard Floyd ran well. 4.60. Not as good as Darren Lee, but this is very respectable in its own right. 39.5-inch vertical, 10 feet broad jump, long arms, well, maybe like average arms, but I mean, pretty good. Nice day for Leonard Floyd. I think he also got a little bit of a hammy from what I was hearing. So I think this is a pretty damn good day for him. Anyone else sticking out? Travis Feeney out of Washington had a nice 40 today. Had a nice broad jump at 10 feet, 10 inches, 40 of 4.5 seconds. Arms are pretty long, 40-inch vertical. Look out for him to be a nice guy that's going to be going up draft boards. Oh, Reggie Ragland. I said in my scouting report he needed to drop some weight. I had him at 258. And actually, that's what he was because he went to the combine. We measured him. That's what he was. Lost 11 pounds since the Senior Bowl. So I guess he watched my scouting report and said, yeah, I need to drop weight. James Carter TV said I need to drop weight. I'm going to drop weight. So dropped some weight. Ran a 4.72. I had speed concerns. They're starting to go away a little bit. Because when you do, once this is over, okay, I'm going to start eating again. So hopefully that's not the case. But he showed better speed today, but he's nowhere near as fast as a Darren Lee. I think he's going to have some problems being, a prototypical modern linebacker that has success in the modern NFL. We have to cover tight ends. I think he's going to have some issues with that. Some people want to say he's going to be the next great middle linebacker. I say no way. I say he can do things very well for you. If someone's running up the middle, if you have a running back like, Derrick Henry, who's running up the middle, I can trust Reggie Ragland to stop him, But if I'm facing a guy like, Jamal Charles, we're screwed. I mean, this guy is just going to run right past him. That's what I think. So we'll see. Joe Schobert, I think, showed some nice things in drills. The numbers aren't that impressive, but in drills I saw some nice things from him. The linebackers could not catch well today at all. I was really disappointed with the linebackers. I was kind of disappointed in Joshua Perry in drills. I expected more from him. His numbers were, fine. 4.68, a little low. Vertical, average. Broad jump, pretty good. Long arms, that's nice. So I think he's like a second-round pick. Maybe third, depending on how teams view him. Scooby Wright, I thought disappointed. 4'9", 40, sitting at 239 pounds. Had short arms at only 30.5-inch arms. In drills, dropped a pass. It did not look very fluid at all. I'm not a big fan of Scooby Wright. With the injury concerns, I think Scooby Wright really messed himself up today. Jalen Smith was talking a lot today. I think he's screwed. Some medical reports come out comparing his situation to Marcus Lattimore. I think that's bad news. Bad news. There's some nerve problems. He says he's fine. I doubt it. I'm not sure I'd touch this guy. Unless if I'm a good team, like the Patriots, like the Panthers, like the Steelers, and I can afford to take a risk in the third round. Because when we're talking about, first of all, he's going to miss the 2016 season. And then when we're talking about nerve problems, man, third round at best for me, for Jalen Smith, and that's a damn shame. Anything else? How did Sua Cravens do? Sua Cravens, he didn't participate in the 40. That's interesting. A lot of guys doing that this year. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I think I've hit on all the important guys. I mean, we could go on days and days talking about this stupid combine, but who has time for that? So, comment down below your thoughts on today's NFL combine. And until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.